our resort's major expansion, hitting some unique trails, plus talking ticks with the experts.
Celebrating Earth Day, on the job at the brewery, and sampling ethnic foods for Easter, as well as at the indoor water park.
April showers bring May flowers. Hey everyone, welcome to the April edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. I'm Brianna Strunk and Jim Hamill, what do you have going on over here?
Brianna, we have a big job to do, not just this month, but every month. It's Pick Up the Poconos, and celebrating Earth Day this April. On April 23rd, we're going to have a Poconos-wide cleanup event for volunteers where you can sign up at pickupthepoconos.com.
Yeah, more to come on that later in the show, but from this outdoor park to some indoor ones, we have 4 indoor water park resorts in the Poconos. On a day like this, great place to spend some time, and 2 of them we're talking about coming up in just a minute.
Yeah, there's a big expansion at one of them and a new place to dine at the other. But first, we want to show you what's been making headlines in the Poconos.
This is an escape from our Easy Pass world.
Hi there. All right, have a great day.
Thank you, Kim.
Human interaction, part of the toll to cross this bridge.
WNEP traveled the Dingman's Bridge over the Delaware River, one of the only privately owned toll bridges in the entire country. The historic bridge is a part of Pocono history.
Led by Destination Spas, wellness travel is booming.
Winter has passed, but we're still talking snow. In an article about the boom of wellness travel, Forbes magazine highlights the Lodge at Woodlock's brand new snow room, the first of its kind in the United States. After spending time in a hot sauna, the compact snow and crisp cold air provides a holistic cooling experience, a spa amenity unlike any other, right here in the Poconos.
And the Washington Post featured the barn at Boyd's Mills in its story about off-the-grid retreats near D.C. The retreat hosts children's authors for workshops and was once owned by the founders of the kids magazine Highlights for Children, which is headquartered not too far away in Honesdale.
Welcome to Great Wolf Lodge, one of our 4 indoor water park resorts here in the Poconos, where a major expansion and renovation was just announced, the largest in this property's history. Those multi-million-dollar changes are coming inside and around the resort.
Go. Keep your heads up, everybody. Jeez.
From dirt to new digs, ground is officially broken for 30 woodland villas exclusive to Great Wolf's Pocono Resort. Each 1,500 square foot villa will feature 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a spacious living area, kitchenette, and private outdoor space with nature views, ideal for large groups looking for their own quiet oasis.
The beauty about it too is that it's multi-generational, which is what we plan for. So whether it's grandma and grandpa and siblings, etc., or even if it's just friends and family, you can bring a whole bunch more people to stay here.
While villa guests will have their own exclusive check-in area, most families check in here at the Grand Lobby, which is also being expanded and revamped. A few steps away, plans for a new a la carte restaurant. And inside the water park, where it's summer year-round, the tiniest of swimmers will enjoy a new cub paw pool with frog and turtle-themed splash pads, a water spraying tree, and several kiddie slides.
Is that even a question? I literally love everything about this place.
The Great Wolf Lodge brand consists of 20 locations. The Pocono property opened in 2005, creating quite the splash as the region's first of now 4 indoor water park resorts.
Really, I credit Great Wolf Lodge with starting that trend to really bring back the Pocono Mountains, or the resurgence of the Pocono Mountains.
The resort's $100 million expansion and renovation will create hundreds of new jobs. Plus, the villa concept is expected to be a huge draw for those looking for an Airbnb-type experience. And then some.
The attraction would be it's not just the Airbnb, but you have the use of the water park. So it's special.
Great Wolf Lodge is constantly making updates and adding attractions. Within the last few years, a full refresh of all 400 guest suites,
Silly Magi.
revamping Magi Quest, an immersive live-action game spread throughout the resort, and opening Oliver's Mining Company, leaving no stone unturned for your wolf pack.
What we've done to really enhance the experience is any area that we can, we've added additional value.
Some of those updates will come to life later this year, with the Woodland Villas expected to start welcoming guests next summer. You can book your stay at Great Wolf Lodge now, open 7 days a week. For the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, meet the brewers behind the operation at Wallenpaupack Brewing Company.
This is amazing.
It is. We're celebrating a Hispanic Easter experience here in the Poconos. Come and join us in this culinary adventure. Vámonos!
If you like excitement, come try our indoor water park.
Go to PoconoMountains.com.
In the Pocono Mountains, there's always a new season just around the corner.
And no matter what the season, there's always something exciting happening. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. The four-season Pocono Mountains. Visit us at PoconoMountains.com.
Hey, it's Jim Hamill, and you know that Kalahari Resorts and Conventions has the massive indoor water park for all kinds of families to come and enjoy. But now, here in the lobby, they have a brand new restaurant called Cinco Niños. It's a family Mexican place where you can get a bite to eat any time of the day. Come on along and sample it with us.
The beautiful colors, the beautiful architecture, it's really inviting. So when you walk in that door, the first thing that Cinco Niños is doing is just sucking you right into it.
PTN was lucky enough to get an invite to try out the new menu at Cinco Niños, including what else but some fresh margaritas.
I'll do chili and salt ribs, please. All right, so now we've got our spot here at Cinco Niños at Kalahari. My buddy Kevin First, not last, is here with us right now. He does all the social media for the Pocono Mountains and Pocono Tourism and PTN. So I got the first course. Kevin's got his first course. This is the house margarita, and this is the prickly pear margarita. Excited to try it. I don't think Kevin's that prickly though, but he's gonna sample this. Let's give it a go. Cheers, man. Ooh. Now that's how I like to do family vacations.
The food is all from scratch, so the people are really enjoying it. The bar is absolutely amazing, as you can see. We have the largest tequila and mezcal bar in the entire Poconos.
All right, we're back at the table. Kevin and I are looking at our main courses right now. Everything looks delicious, but first things first, protect the PTN shirt.
We've got a fruit smoothie with jalapeno and mango. And then we also have a shrimp cocktail.
Cheers to the shrimp cocktail, my friend. Wow. And everything's fresh, made right here at Cinco Niños at Kalahari.
That's phenomenal.
We were looking for a place that we didn't have yet. We have a great Italian restaurant. We have a great steak restaurant, you know, DC and Sortino's. Now we have Cinco Niños.
Cinco Niños is named for Kalahari's owners' 5 children. I have 2 kids myself and know just how much my daughter Prudence enjoys the indoor water park from a previous adventure here on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
It's a family place, right? And we want your family to come here and enjoy their time here. So you can come in here, do everything under one roof.
Is that another shrimp in there? There's shrimp in the cocktail. All right, Kevin, we have now reached our final course. This is dessert time, and Cinco Niños does it better than just about anybody else out there with a whole array of churros and different decadent things here. Which looks like your favorite here right now?
I'm thinking the chocolate taco for sure.
Chocolate taco, everybody. Let's dig right in. That was delicious. Sean, I had a great time here having all the great eats, the great drinks, the great desserts here at Cinco Niños at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, but running a little low here.
Absolutely. Let me get that next round for you right now.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. That's it from here, guys. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Hola amigos, do you want to join me to a Hispanic culinary tour for Easter? We're here at Emilio's Place to taste Puerto Rican food for Easter. And I have with me the living encyclopedia who's going to tell us some traditions that Hispanic have for Easter. Living encyclopedia, Easter is one of the most important holidays for Catholic Hispanics, right?
For all Christians who celebrate, because it comes at the end of 40 days of fasting, of penitence, of sacrifice. No meat on Fridays. But then comes the Palm Sunday, which we celebrate again, the day that Jesus entered Jerusalem with palms waving because people recognized his divinity. The powers that be were afraid, and therefore he had his Last Supper on Thursday. And Saturday we get ready for the moment that the first ray of light comes for Easter Sunday morning. And then we celebrate with food, with family, con los abuelos.
So here we are at Emilio's Place, and let's see what we're going to eat. Wow, what a feast, and there's more.
Thank you, Chef Eli from Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico.
De nada, buen provecho.
Muchas gracias. Living Encyclopedia, you're from Puerto Rico. What are we eating here?
Well, things are very recognizable. The red snapper everybody's seen, but it has a special tropical gift, and that's the plátano, which are made into tostones. Then we have over there yuca. Goes back to the original inhabitants, the Indians in Puerto Rico. Over here we have mofongo, which is made with the yuca, with plátano, and with some chicharrón, which is a very special name.
And
that
this looks
like
asopao.
asopao. So we have a coconut pudding called tembleque because it shakes a lot, and then this candy, this dulce de coco.
And we have with us eating our friend Cesar from the Tacos Mexican restaurant. Let's start this feast. Cesar invited us to his restaurant Del Tacos to try some of the foods they eat for Easter in Mexico. He met us there with his daughter Charlene, who runs it. Wow, Cesar, you prepared for us a Mexican feast for Easter, and it's all seafood. What's your favorite?
My favorite is aguachile, which is ceviche, but spicy. We also have the fried tilapia right there. That's really, really delicious.
And what is this?
Cascarones.
What is cascarones?
You'll find out.
Is this an Easter tradition?
That's an Easter tradition in Mexico. That's right.
Good. Join me in Del Tacos. Semana Santa, as we call Holy Week, is very important in Latin countries. Each country has its own traditions and foods, but there is a common feeling of celebration, and ultimately it's about hope and joy.
Okay, Holy Week for us is a very special time. During Easter, we celebrate the celebration of the Lord. One of the most important things we do is to come to the church and celebrate all together as a community, but we have our treats as well, like especially seafood that is very common for Good Friday and all the Fridays of Lent.
As you can see, Easter is a very important celebration for most Latin American countries, and it's all about family too. All the restaurants we went to are family-owned and run. Llama ice cream is not an exception. We met Julio and Celia. The season has started in Llama ice cream, and they have more than 30 flavors.
This is amazing!
It is. One of the beautiful things about Easter in the Poconos is that we have a variety of cultures, and we all celebrate it differently. Come and have an experience with us. Cristina Luna for Pocono Television Network.
We should treat the earth better because we live here. This is our home.
About planet Earth is the one we have to take care of and that we don't litter.
It's an Earth Day version of Kids Say the Darndest Things, coming up on Pocono Mountains magazine.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to hit some hiking trails in the Poconos. From popular spots to hidden gems, we have it all. And today, we're taking you to a place that's unique to the country.
Our dining experiences are, well, great. Check this out.
When you visit us, you'll enjoy great cuisine from our homegrown restaurants. No matter what your taste, you'll savor our offerings. It's just one of the many unique experiences in the Poconos, where great dining choices are just the beginning.
The Pocono Mountains, where delicious isn't just a word, it's our passion. Visit PoconoMountains.com.
No, Deanna, our small town shopping experiences in the Poconos are amazing.
I've never found such awesome stuff that you can't find at a mall.
Right, like here at Maud and Main in Homesdale. Our towns may be small, but they're big on feel. Find us at PoconoMountains.com.
Hey, it's Jim Hamill, and we are here at one of the elementary schools in the Pocono Mountains where kids are learning about a lot of things, from math to reading and writing, but especially about Mother Earth. And this month marks another Earth Day, celebrating what makes the Poconos and everything around it so special. So we wanted to talk to kids about Earth Day, and they came up with some pretty great responses. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. My last name is Herzog. Hi, I'm Braxton Griffinkrantz. Hi, my name is Alexa Walsh. Hi, my name is Audrey Schwartz.
Hi, my name is Lance Torres.
Hello, I'm Gianna.
Hi, my name is Sean. Hi, my name is Zara. Hi, my name is Michael. The thing that's special about the Earth is how big it is. It's about 405,000 milliliters, I don't know. I like all the animals, and I really like to see them all like happy. It helps you live, it helps you eat, and it also helps other animals and people. It's blue and green if you look up at it in outer space. Well, I might be just talking about a cartoon Earth.
It's our planet, and this is where we live, and if you don't take care of it, then stuff could happen bad to it.
The Earth has lots of water, and it has lots of grass. It has trees.
It's crazy to think about how old it is and how it still is amazing, and how we can travel to many different places. It's awesome. We could stop the pollution, like air pollution, water pollution, stop throwing plastic in the oceans. Just stop littering.
Well, actually, I would send a note to Earth saying, "We are so sorry that we are polluting you. I will try to stop us from polluting you." Litter, my thought is that it's yucky and it's only for cats to poop in.
We have to clean up the Earth because there's been lots of pollution. Where I live, there's been lots of garbage scattered around the area.
Well, sometimes people like to drop litter, but that hurts the Earth. You should clean it up. It's good to pick it up so then we don't hurt the feelings and hurt the wildlife. Pick up the Poconos. Pick up the Poconos! Pick up the Poconos. Pick up the Poconos? It's funny to say, and I'll laugh when I say it. Pick up the Poconos.
Pick up the Poconos.
Pick up the Poconos. Pick up the Poconos. Pick up the Poconos. Pick up the Poconos.
Want to know how we can help make this Earth better for those kiddos? One way is to help pick up the Poconos. Volunteer for the spring cleanup celebrating Earth Day all across the region, Saturday, April 23rd. You can sign up at pickupthepoconos.com.
Spring is here, and there are hundreds of trails throughout the Poconos, many leading to some pretty rewarding views. I'm here with Kevin and Anthony, two of my coworkers at the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, and we're exploring a unique place that none of us have ever been to before. Come along.
We
Lehigh Gap Nature Center is a wildlife refuge, open free to the public. We have about 800 acres, mostly in Carbon County, Pennsylvania. 13 miles of trails that connect to the Appalachian Trail and DNL Trail. We have opportunities for hiking, biking, horseback riding. We're right next to the Lehigh River, so there's fishing access and boating access. There's all kinds of wildlife and plants to experience on our property. Changes with the seasons. We have a lot of migratory birds coming back into our area now that you could have a chance to see. We see bald eagles here pretty often. There were historic railroads that passed through the Lehigh Gap and also a canal system, so there's lots of things to learn from the historical side of things too.
One of the elements that people like to come and visit and see at the Lehigh Gap Nature Center is our native habitat garden. It really gives people a good example to see what a native plant may look like in a semi-wild setting. One of the elements that we've added within the last year to our habitat garden was a sensory aspect of it. We call it our sensory trail.
Lehigh Gap Nature Center is the only nature center in the United States on a Superfund site, which means that not too long ago, most of the land on our refuge was barren and lifeless. For about 80 years, there was a local factory that just by accident released lots of air pollution into the surrounding environment. And that air pollution ended up killing off a lot of vegetation in the area around the factory. 2002, Lehigh Gap Nature Center came into this area here. Our organization has worked to restore that land, bring it back to life. We usually serve about 10,000 students per year through our school programs, but we also have a lot of programs for the community too. We have events on weekends, we have hikes throughout the year, so check out our website to see what's going on here at the Nature Center for the public.
For the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Wayne County here in the Pocono Mountains is chock full of history, but we're going to be talking about the future and Wayne tomorrow, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
We're looking for grain bed depth. We want to be about 1.5 inches above grain beds. Looking right about where we are. You get the x-ray vision, look right through it, you know. It's that brewer's feel that I always tell Logan about.
Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine, find out how this hard worker went from dishwasher to assistant brewer at one of the biggest breweries around.
Your health has never been more important. That's why Lehigh Valley Health Network is making it easier than ever to take control with MyLVHN, your digital health partner. MyLVHN allows you to schedule appointments right from the palm of your hand, message your doctor questions, and even see an LVHN provider from the comfort of your home through video visits. With MyLVHN, you have on-demand access to your health anytime, anywhere. To learn more or to sign up, visit lvhn.org/mylvhn.
You know, Dan, with everything we've been through lately, it's about time we start enjoying our lives.
And Chris, the Pocono Mountains offer something for everyone for that relaxing time.
Whether it's world-class dining or just something simple, it's your choice.
And if fun is what you're all about, try our skiing or boarding, or make a splash.
And we're just an easy drive away.
Go to PoconoMountains.com to plan your getaway.
Hey, it's Jim Hamill, and we are so blessed here in the Pocono Mountains to have 4 wonderful counties, including Pike, Carbon, Monroe, and right here in Wayne County. It's where I grew up and moved back home here with my family. And there's a group of organizations that get together every month to work on initiatives that benefit the quality of life for the people who live here, who work in Wayne County, as well as visit Wayne County. And so we wanted to share a little bit about Wayne tomorrow with all of you.
From up here, you could see how things fit together in Wayne County. The towns with vibrant businesses and historic homes. The countryside with family farms and forests. And looking out for the county's future, including the 50,000 people who call it home, is Wayne Tomorrow.
We were able to get people on the same page. People from all different walks of life, people from all different perspectives, people from all different points of views were willing to come to the table and talk about the things that they thought we needed to achieve, right? So they're all different things.
Things like housing, transportation, health and wellness, agriculture, and community. Wayne County Commissioner Brian Smith was there when Wayne Tomorrow started a decade ago. And the ecosystem of collaboration has been building momentum ever since.
We have developed this network, this team of people who every single first Friday of every single month for years have come to the table to talk about how we move Wayne County forward in terms of economic opportunities and quality of life issues.
We are in a really good spot geographically, being 2 hours from New York and Philadelphia, and with all of the wonderful opportunities that we have with our land and our schools and our healthcare and all the good things that we already have, we needed to build to provide the opportunities for people to thrive here, to move their businesses here, to move their families here, to retire to here, and to continue to recreate here.
Be it virtual or in person or both, this network of people representing various industries, nonprofits, and more makes an impact through collaboration and communication. Keys to getting several success stories on their way in 2021.
I feel like we're right at the impetus of some really big initiatives that have been in the planning stages and are about ready to come into fruition of capital campaigns. And the way that the Community Foundation can play their part is to be able to help fill any funding gaps, to connect grant makers to these big projects that they might not know about.
Among the highlights, supporting trail development along the Lackawaxen River, resulting in funding for 3 river accesses in Honesdale, White Mills, and Hawley.
We always want to look at trying to protect the things that lure people to our area, because there are some beautiful things here in Wayne County that bring people here. So we want to protect that, but we also want to be open and honest and guide growth going forward.
Big ideas like the creation of an agriculture innovation center get off the ground with Wayne Tomorrow. First step, a feasibility study to determine how to integrate agritourism and a food pantry.
It's really exciting to think about some of these large-scale visionary projects and how they can transform the workforce and education and agriculture in our community.
All of this during a pandemic, and a key takeaway that without Wayne Tomorrow and the network it fosters, addressing the needs of the community may have been far more difficult.
I can't imagine going through that pandemic without that team, without relying on and using that resource to help us navigate, because early on in the pandemic, we were in constant contact with the schools, with businesses that were affected. There were stay-at-home orders that virtually shut down our economy.
Wayne Tomorrow, people who care for their community, combining their efforts to help advance projects meant to meet the challenges ahead. Projects in the pipeline like a recovery to work center, helping address a need for trained employees while helping those who battle addiction.
I think the magic of Wayne Tomorrow is really this collective change of mindset to we and not me. And I think that's so important to come to each meeting with that mindset that you're not there to solve your own problem necessarily. You're there to gather feedback, you're there to contribute.
Just like raising a child, what you want to do is create this incredible thing and then point it in the direction and see what happens. So although the commissioner started this many years ago, who knows what Wayne Tomorrow will be in the future, and that's really part of the beauty of it. It will evolve, it will be a true response to the needs of our community and those that are giving the most time to Wayne Tomorrow.
When you really take a close analyze, look at what happened in Wayne County 15 years ago and what's happening in Wayne County now, there's so much more appreciation, so much more communication, so much more collaboration, so many more things that happen because we're talking to each other and because we can appreciate what each other's doing. It literally is amazing.
Thank you for watching the video regarding Wayne Tomorrow. please go to the website, waynetomorrow.com, and see all the exciting things that we've accomplished and the things that we're planning for the future. And we also want your input. So please participate in making Wayne County better, and we thank you for all of the things that you can contribute to this process as well as be part of our community. So thank you.
We're taking a close look at a big issue. Why are we in this lab? Find out next.
The residents of Monroe County have been overwhelmingly supportive of St. Luke's. Over the past 5+ years, we have just grown beyond our expectations. We want to continue to meet their needs, and so we are now planning to expand and double the size of our campus.
We've learned a lot since we've opened in 2016. We've adapted to a lot of different challenges.
As we start on our expansion, I'm proud to be part of the future vision of this campus.
Welcome back to Pocono Mountains Magazine. I'm Brianna Strunk. It's that time of year when we're all spending more time outdoors, especially here in the Pocono Mountains, but with that means tick season is here. But there is a lab right here in the heart of the Pocono Mountains at East Stroudsburg University where you can actually submit a tick to see if it was carrying any diseases and how long it was on you. It's really impressive. So here to talk all about the lab, we have State Representative Rosemary Brown, Nicole Chinisi, and Jamie Delcane. So thanks for having us here today.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Okay, first question coming to you, Nicole. Okay. The lab is actually located a floor below us right here in the Innovation Center. So tell us about the lab itself.
Yeah, so Dr. Jane Huffman originally founded the lab in 2005, and we've been testing ticks. We do a lot of different wildlife research, but our tick testing is one of our most important things where residents will submit their ticks to us. We test them for different tick-borne illnesses. They get their results back, and it helps them with early detection of a tick-borne illness.
And is this lab very unique?
It is. There's only a few of us in the United States, actually 2 that are really big in testing for residents.
Wow. And thanks to a lot of work from State Representative Rosemary Brown, the tick testing is free to Pennsylvania residents, which is huge. I mean, I'm sure many people wouldn't submit ticks if they had to pay hundreds of dollars. So talk about that grant funding and what you want the public to know.
It's really a tremendous service. So I want the public to know that if they do find a tick on them, sometimes you don't find the tick can fall off and you don't ever know that you've had a tick on you. So that's important to know too. But if you do have a tick on you, or if your child has a tick or anyone you know, that they should immediately take it off as soon as they find it and place it in a plastic bag and then go to the ticklab.org site and be able to fill out the information to send the tick in to be tested. The testing of the tick is so important because it gives you an indication what pathogens or what disease might be inside that tick. It also tells you how long the tick has been on you, which I know Nicole will talk about further on in the show, how long it's been on you and the ability for that tick to transmit the disease. So this is a really strong tool for patients to talk to their doctor about and to really prevent long-term disease with Lyme disease or any other tick-borne illness. So with that, Pennsylvania being one of the highest as far as Lyme disease in reported cases, I realized that this was something that was extremely important. And the ability to pay for the tick testing, of course, comes into play. I personally had a tick on my son. And this is how it started. And I have a background a little bit in the pharmaceutical world, and I said, I have to have this tick tested. I brought the tick into the lab, and they said, Rosemary, would you like the tick tested for Lyme disease, or would you like the full panel of pathogens that seem to be showing up in ticks? And I said, give me the full panel. Of course, this is my son, and this is health. And what more important ways to spend your money. But it was still a bill, and I thought this is really tough because this is important for people to have done to prevent disease. But the financial piece of it shouldn't hinder the fact of protecting your family or yourself. And so right at that, I started, the wheels started turning in my head what I could do in my position as a state representative. So here I was a mom, had this situation and then took the opportunity of being in my role to see what I could do better. And that's when I came up with the idea that, boy, we should subsidize this because it could help prevent long-term disease. And it also could help build on the surveillance and the data that is really necessary to better understand Lyme disease and tick-borne illness.
Such great points. So once again, the basic panel of tick testing is free to Pennsylvania residents, but we do have a lot of people watching this show outside of Pennsylvania, and like you said, one of the only labs in the country in the area doing this. So what if someone from outside of Pennsylvania is watching this and they want to submit a tick?
Absolutely. So you could still use our service even if you're not a resident. So ticklab.org is our website. You go on, fill out your information. Unfortunately, if you're not in Pennsylvania, there is not funding for you to receive it for free. But our basic panel is only $50, and right now it covers 5 tick-borne illnesses, and they're the most common tick-borne illnesses that we find in ticks in the Northeast. So they still have access to the testing, which provides, as Representative Rosemary Brown has said, very important details to what you've been exposed to. So hopefully you can use that as a tool and a guide for your physician to understand any symptoms that may arise.
And the ticks go through different stages. So it is astounding to see when they are little. They are the size of a freckle, the size of a pen tip, and then they get larger and larger. So walk us through the process of how you test a tick once it arrives here to the facility.
Absolutely. So the ticks usually arrive in the mail. We do have drop boxes outside of our building and at Representative Rosemary Brown's office. But the tick arrives, we crush it up as well, we identify it, we do the engorgement, we tell you how long that tick has been attached, which gives you important information of your risk for a tick-borne pathogen to be transmitted. We crush it up, we go through the scientific method of what we extract out as DNA. DNA makes the testing very accurate. Then it goes through the polymerase chain reaction, which a lot of people might be familiar now with COVID testing, which uses that qPCR. It's the same testing method. We target regions of the pathogen's DNA, and then once the results are done, we put it in the computer and you get a text message and an email within 72 hours.
As simple as that.
It's very simple.
And Jamie, you're big in this process with prevention, and we all know here in the Poconos, especially this time of year, people are going outside, hiking, biking, Lyme disease being very high here in Pennsylvania. So what can people do, whether they live here in the Poconos or are just visiting on vacation? What do you suggest they do before heading outside?
Yes, of course. Prevention starts before going outdoors. So we would recommend treating your clothing and your gear, and then also packing a tick spray for your skin. Also wear light colored clothing, tuck your pants into your socks, wear long sleeve shirt and pants, and wear a hat.
Those are great tips.
Yeah.
And then what about after spending time outdoors? You come inside, is there some sort of way to check for ticks? Because as we said, some of them are very small, could be easily mistaken for a freckle.
Yes, yes. So before going indoors, it's really important to check yourself, your loved ones, your pets, and ticks are drawn to dark, moist areas on your body. So it's important to check those hard to reach areas and check spots. So on your back, under your armpits, behind your knees, hairline, behind your ears, belly button, between your fingers and toes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this time of year, spring, summer, are there certain ticks that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so the most active ticks during that spring and summertime are the adult female black-legged deer ticks, the nymph black-legged deer ticks, the Lone Star adult female and nymph ticks, and then as well as the adult American dog ticks.
So we're talking about ticks on people, but a lot of people associate ticks with being on their pets, their dogs, their cats. So do you handle testing for pets as well?
We do. Pets can be exposed to tick-borne illnesses, and some of those tick-borne illnesses can be very serious in our pets. So anaplasmosis, ehrlichiosis, things like that. So we do test the ticks from animals. And like what was mentioned earlier from Representative Rosemary Brown is we're not only using this information to give you a tool for early diagnostics for you and your loved ones and your pets, but it's also used for surveillance across the state. So right now we're wrapping up our first 3 years of this free testing, and we have over 50,000 ticks that we've tested. So it's giving us a really good indication of what's in our environment, what type of ticks we have out there, and what pathogens that are in these ticks. So now we can start to look at what mitigation strategies that we could do to reduce the tick-borne pathogens in our environment and see if we could reduce what we're seeing in Pennsylvania.
Wow, that's so important. And people watching this, you know, say they're outside and they're debating whether or not they want to go through the hassle of actually submitting the tick. Maybe they just want to hope for the best, but do you really encourage everybody to submit a tick that they find on themselves?
Absolutely. It is free. So other than just filling out the information and slapping a stamp on that envelope, send it in, because even if you're not as worried about tick-borne illnesses, it could give us a lot of information and indication of what's going on in our environment. So submit the tick, we'll do the testing, we'll get you your results, and it also helps with symptoms. So if you are feeling in 3-6 months later really tired, right now we're battling a lot of illnesses and health crises going on right now with COVID. So can we identify if those symptoms are related to a tick-borne pathogen or are they related to COVID? So I absolutely recommend to submit that tick for testing.
And when it comes to funding the free testing for Pennsylvania residents, you've secured several rounds of grant funding in order to make that free service possible. And that funding runs out, so people are really using this.
They are using it, and we plan on having this consistent funding, if not having it increased over time as well. And we have had it increased, which is a good thing. I think the consensus in Harrisburg, we have convinced the importance of the program and how effective it is. And again, it's meant to help the patient and also help the state and help our medical community understand Lyme disease and tick-borne illness better. There's still a lot of questions regarding treatments and exposures and diagnoses, and you know, there's a lot of education still to happen out there for our primary care doctors so that we don't have cases missed in Pennsylvania. So I think doing this show is great because the importance of people saying, hey, if they see a tick, if they have it, send it in, get it tested. It is really, really something that we have to pay attention to, and there is an ability to prevent.
And this is a great time of year to have this conversation with people getting outdoors more here in the Poconos. Ticks are really big this time of year. So, Jamie, from the prevention side, any final words that you want to leave with viewers?
Yes, when you're going outdoors, 46% of individuals are actually reporting tick exposures right in their own backyard. So that's really important when you're going to do yard work or gardening or just playing in the yard to do those prevention tips before and after.
Great advice. And any final words you want to leave?
Absolutely. So we love outdoors and we want everyone to continue to go outdoors. It's great for our immune systems and seeing the Pocono Mountains is beautiful. But being aware of ticks, that's your best prevention, is you know that they're there. So whenever you're outside and you come inside, just do a tick check. One other thing you could do too is make sure your gear or anything you're wearing gets thrown in the dryer, because ticks are hitchhikers, so they might still be crawling around. So we want to get those ticks killed in the dryer, 10 minutes high heat. This way they don't crawl out off your clothing and onto you later on or onto a pet. So still enjoy the outdoors, practice your prevention, and if you do end up with a tick bite, know that we're here and we're here to be proactive to help you with understanding if you've been exposed.
This is all a lot of great information, a lot to take in. So if you want to go over this information and learn more how exactly to submit a tick, how could people do that? What's the website?
Yes, so you want to visit ticklab.org, and we also have lots of tips and helpful information on our social media handles at PA Tick Lab.
State Representative Rosemary Brown, Nicole, Jamie, thanks for inviting us here today. We're so appreciative of your time. More with Pocono Mountains Magazine when we return.
Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, we're going to find out the secret to the success of Wallenpaupack Brewing Company's famous brews. Find out who's making the sweet stuff.
East Stroudsburg University. Dozens of degree opportunities, taught by exceptional faculty. Exciting campus life and the beauty of the Poconos. ESU, where everything you want is closer than you think.
The reason you'd want to have a hospitality job like this is the ability to interact with so many different people and to create an amazing experience for them every day.
The cool part about working at the Poconos is you get to play where you work. So it's a ton of fun, it's good money, lots to do.
This mountain doubles as a great place to learn, but also a beautiful community to work in, make friends. Great jobs are available now. Go to PoconoMountains.com/jobs.
Hey, Hannah, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Enjoy.
Absolutely. This is Jim Hamill here, and across the Pocono Beverage Trail, we have a ton of different flavors out there, from distilleries to wineries to even brew pubs like Wallenpaupack Brewing here in Hawley. And so we wanted to give you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes as to how this beautiful craft brew is made by people working tirelessly day in and day out to make this special stuff we call craft brew.
Ready to dry hop. I'll throw on some gloves. Gotta be sanitary.
John Conklin, also known as Little John, is in the middle of a double brew day at Wallenpaupack Brewing Company in Hawley. His alarm went off at 5:30.
It's been a long day, but always good for good beer. Gotta get those lagers in the tanks. Beer to the lager is what they're saying, so taking it by storm.
This 20-barrel brew house pumps out gallons of the good stuff round the clock. And aside from the key ingredients,
God, I love the smell of Simcoe. It's probably the best smelling hop in here.
And the constant monitoring.
We're running off the dock days right now. We're gonna see where we're at in the kettle as far as Play-Doh goes and make sure we have enough sugar.
Little John and the rest of the team are critical to the brewery's big success.
It's crazy to see it go from sugar to product to can to when I walk in Wegmans. I'm just like, this is nuts. I was like, I touched every piece of that, and it's here on the shelf. It is an amazing feeling.
Amazing, considering John got his start as a dishwasher in high school. He tried college for nursing, but wound up back here when the head brewer, Logan, needed someone.
And then the opportunity came that Logan was by himself, so Becky said, Logan, here's this 18-year-old kid with zero experience, and we'll see what happens, right? So here, the rest is history. We're 3 years full brewing now.
I remember when he started, it was pretty much, I just needed him to clean floors or clean a tank maybe. And now he's writing recipes, he has his own beers. Anytime he has an idea for a beer, we'll throw it on the pilot system. So it really is crazy to see how far he's come. But he's a worker.
Wallenpaupack Brewing Company has put a ton of beer out into the market over its 5 years and welcomed countless guests to the massive brewery near the Big Lake. And during the run of national and state awards, glowing reviews and all, the team, including Little John, has been having fun doing it all.
It's a pretty killer beer if you've ever had it before. It's definitely in your quarantine pack. There's so much growth here I've experienced personally that that doesn't make sense. Like, it's just so fast, so quick. In 5 years, I have exceeded far my expectations of what I would ever know about beer.
You're lifting heavy bags of grain, 165-pound kegs. You're on your feet 8-10 hours a day. Like, it takes a lot out of you. So you need somebody with a work ethic like John. He's also very mechanical, and he learns quickly and is curious, so he actually wants to learn.
Ask John his favorite beer.
Hef all the way. Hef just scored a 99 in craft beer and brewing, which is almost unheard of for a Pennsylvania brewery, which, again, Logan, the all-star recipe writer, I couldn't have learned from anybody better to know that I now have the potential to make these beers that are just nuts. The national recognition is crazy.
But also, which one's the toughest to brew?
Hef. Hef has a super low mash-in temp that's incredibly hard to hit. It's 113 to 116 is the threshold for a ferulic acid rest, which gives you that, like, I don't want to say burn, but like you get a little acidity in our Hef. That is incredibly hard to capture. One, if you don't have the right system, and two, if you just miss the temp, because you could end up with no sugars. It could be a disaster. I missed that temperature. Logan's gonna have my. We're looking for grain bed depth. We want to be about 1.5 inches above grain bed. It's looking right about where we are. You get the X-ray vision, look right through it, you know. It's that brewer's feel that I always tell Logan about. Boom, that's how we dry hop our well.
John gets out what he puts into his work at Wallenpaupack Brewing Company. That much is apparent. The best part for him, though, is that he gets to share it. Lagers, India Pale Ales, sours, and wheats with everyone.
And at the end of the day, there'll be trends, but people will come back to beer. Beer-flavored beer. here at Wallenpaupack Brewing Company.
Head to wallenpaupackbrewingco.com to find out more about the amazing beer dinners, events, and more on tap for any season. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Brianna, it is amazing how many jobs are out there in the Pocono Mountains where you could start at an entry-level position and work your way right up to being part of the entire brew operation at a brewing company.
Yeah, and speaking of jobs, don't forget we have a big job to do coming up on Saturday, April 23rd. Pick up the Poconos Spring Cleanup. Sign up on pickupthepoconos.com.
Thank you for joining us for this April edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. We'll be seeing you next month.
Jim, your last story kind of got me in the mood. Let's hit the Pocono Beverage Trail.
We're on our way.